Has this ever been teased?
No, like co-op is actually something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, but the actual fundamental changes that it requires were just too great to do before today, because since we really had to do this next step in terms of technology, might as well overhaul everything, right? It was a perfect opportunity to fit that challenge.
Out of the way. Move.
And this entire game takes place in Paris, am I right?
It does, most of it. The beginning is actually set in Versailles, which is sort of another palace and village around Paris, close by.
Right, right.
But it's not romantic. I mean, it's Paris. I thought you would be. I could show my girlfriend and be like, yeah, let's go to Paris.
She might enjoy it, but
might enjoy it. Yeah, she might be like.
This Paris is actually in the midst of turmoil, right? It's the French Revolution, one of the most terrifying periods.
The Reign of Terror, right?
The Reign of Terror.
Reign of Terror.
Oh,
you can almost smell the terror on all those peasants walking around in the city.
The blood.
It looks terrible for them. I feel bad for them. What are the characters like? So is this just like the typical gang of assassins that are just coming together, or is there one main dude that's just a badass?
Yeah, the character is about one assassin. It's about Arnaud Dorian. He is French from his father's side, actually Austrian from his mother's side, and it's a story about Arnaud and about his redemption quest, right? Something happens, a tragedy happens at the beginning of the game, and he essentially joins the assassins, at the beginning at least, as a means to an end, right? He joins them because this great mistake has something to do with the Templars, and the assassins are the most effective way to sort of fix that wrong.
Got it. Awesome.
I mean, yeah, that's incredible. So with so many of the Assassin's Creed franchises as before, I mean, we've had like anti-heroes, Assassin's Creed 3, and then the last one we had. It's kind of like a lot of characters kind of fall into this world by accident.
Well, I mean, it's true, but it's almost like real life, right? You never, you have a plan and then life happens. Right. So, we always, for every Assassin's Creed game, we always try to find a character that actually, metaphorically at least, represents the period in which he's set. The French Revolution is a terrible period of guilt, of great things, but also of great cost and blood. And it's also a fratricide war, right? Where it was, brother against brother, sister against sister, and, of extremism. So Arnaud's story is all intertwined into that. This is not so much a story about the French Revolution as it is a story about Arnaud set in the French Revolution, with the revolution really acting as a metaphor for the major narrative beats of the story, right?
Yeah, so Arnaud, I mean, he can't just use, his bare fists. I can see that he has swords. He's got weapons. What kind of upgrades and what kind of stuff is he working with?
Right. Now, this is really where part of the big novelty that we have for Unity. We've always had upgradable characters. Like, I mean, all the protagonists in Assassin's Creed from AC2 have quite extensive upgrades, right? But they're purely aesthetic. The suits are just visual. The weapons, although they are really nice, they really didn't have any different stats. Now this time, because we have the co-op, because we need that complementarity, we really wanted to add this whole level of variety. So again, you can customize Arnaud, but now every element that you choose to put on Arnaud actually has a bearing on gameplay. For example, the hood will make him blend faster in a crowd. Boots,
that's cool.
Yeah, boots might immune him to damage from a higher fall. The weapons have rate of attack, they have damage, they have range. So really, the actual concept behind Unity is really carving your own unique path through the city of Paris. So, even the game structure, we've really worked that around. Like before, Assassin's Creed was always about a linear story set within an open world, right? The issue with that is that if your main motivation is actually something like the narrative, that really plays against the open world concept, because you almost feel guilty. The world is exploding, but you have to go and fish for 4 hours. You sort of feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
So the idea with Unity is that your actual only purpose is your progression from novice to master assassin within that world, right? So everything you actually do within the world gives you something for your progression, whether it's the single player, whether it's Brotherhood missions, which are the co-op missions, whether it's the hundreds of different quests we have. All of that really gives you something to do. Skill points that you can then use to buy skills, gear elements that will change your gameplay, all that stuff.
So whenever he jumped on top of that building, he kind of looked out of the vista of Paris. It's huge. So are you going to be able to just openly explore Paris right away as soon as you get into the game? Or are districts going to open up as you progress in the story? And does gameplay kind of change a little bit or shift as you open up or progress into these different districts?
At the beginning, we sort of close off the experience a little bit because we need to teach you how to play this game.
You got to walk people into it.
This is a very different game than the other games, right? And it's meant to be played differently. So we introduce, but once that has been done, so I'd say like after maybe an hour and a half of play, all of Paris is open. And the way, again, the structure of Paris, the structure of this experience is built is that you're really invited to explore Paris. Like going into a reach high point will reveal certain stuff, but it will not reveal everything. Like, you know, all of the different quests of Paris will not be revealed by a reach high point. Our goal is to encourage people to actually explore and discover stuff. And again, everything you find, every story you complete, everything gives you something that will help you progress your Arnaud, you know, on his path to becoming a master assassin. So everything is open. We actually even have a star rating. So you can attempt, when you have a 1-star Arnaud, you can actually try to do a 4-star mission. It'll be more challenging, but again, because
is it doable?
It is, because I mean, it's extremely challenging, but because there's no way why it wouldn't be doable. If somebody's good enough or finds a clever way, and that's the point, right? The way we've built our missions, especially like we have a new concept of mission called black box missions. Black box missions are structured in a way, I mean, the one we're watching right now, this assassination mission, is a black box. We give you a location, a specific location. It doesn't have to be an interior. It can be outside the city, right? But we give you a specific location. We give you a clear objective, for example, kill a target, and then we let you do it the way you want to do it. And really, depending on your skill, depending on you know, the way you want to play, depending on all of those factors, your talent, you know, your whatever, it really, you can do the mission a whole different set of ways. And if you replay that mission, you can try to do it